This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Regen auf mein Kopf. Hinter wie ein Deckelbus ist die kleine Fahrt im Top. Geht mir kein Sach mit, die Tropfen.
Hey everyone, welcome to Kill Me Now with Judy Gold. I'm your host, Judy Gold, and this week we have part 2 of my interview with Jenny Zigrino, and we got deep. She's really interesting, and we talked a lot about comedy, which is, my favorite subject. Speaking of which, I finished my shows in P-Town for the season, and they were fucking awesome, and all sold out because of Alex Strauss, who I love from the New York Times, who wrote the profile of how she spends her Sundays, me and Elisa Dawn Halpern. And so that definitely helped with the ticket sales. Plus, I'm really funny. So I'll be back in October for Women's Week. So that's great. But I'm really sad. Like Labor Day, it's sad for me because I love the summer and I feel like it goes by so quickly. And I really, as I get older, not enjoying the cold. But we are still going in the ocean and it's cool but beautiful. And September is a beautiful month, but I really wish it would stay summer. Don't you wish it would stay summer all the time? And it could if I moved somewhere and retired, but that's never happening. So I hope everyone had a wonderful summer, but it definitely sped by. Who knows with the climate change what's going to happen with the weather, because we don't even have seasons anymore, and it's really annoying, and, it's a problem. It's a problem. So happy first day of school for everyone and going back to life and problems and issues. I'm going to try to stretch it out as long as I can. But I hope if you're driving this week or if you took off this week that you're listening to my podcast and enjoying it. I have had a little congestion this week because when Ben was here with Samantha, his girlfriend, and Samantha's sister Madison, and their friend Sarah, I grilled. I did this whole grill thing for them. We did hamburgers and hot dogs and grilled peppers, and it was onions. It was really good. And I made corn and all the shit. And so I'm grilling, and then I open the grill. Okay, the grill was closed. I had a shitload of hamburgers and hot dogs on there, and I let them cook and cook and cook, and then I opened the grill, and this big fucking wad of smoke, grill smoke, went in my face, and I gulped it down by mistake, and I just started coughing, and I've been coughing for 5 days. So I have some sort of black lung thing, and it's much better, but it was awful. And then I go in my head that I have, horrible lung disease. But yeah, gulping in that smoke was terrible, and I just couldn't. And I've been coughing for 5 days. So, well, now it's almost a week. Okay, whatever. But I'm feeling much better, but I still feel a little congesty. Anyway, that's it. But I'm still playing tennis. So enjoy your week. And if you're starting something new, I hope it's great. And I hope I can stay a part of your listening pleasure. So sit back, relax, and enjoy part 2 of my interview with Jenny Zigrino. So who is your favorite, do you think, right now, badass woman?
Ooh, that's a very deep question. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just depends.
It's got to change.
On what they're doing. I'm going to just think about I always think about the historical ones first.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, this one blew the door open. And they're like, well, what about now? And I'm like, I don't know.
No, I know. I'm the same way. I'm such a nerd like that.
Yeah.
Like when I worked on the Rosie O'Donnell show, it would be, all these stars would come in. And then I remember one time Madeleine Albright came and I was like, oh my God! Oh my God. Like it was, anyone from, any historical or political figure that was like the first, and everyone's like, oh my God, look who's here. I love her music. And I'm like, who cares?
Okay, I thought of one.
Okay, go ahead.
I thought of one. So I will say it's hard. It's a little hard now because we do have that culture where it's like, yeah, but what did they do 10 years ago? Right. So it's like, okay, whatever. But this person, I think, it's hard because women like, okay, this is a thing I think happens is that for women, they are so much more like picky about like what we've done because any kind of like badass woman or even like this like how people started shitting on girl boss stuff like oh girl boss is hustle culture. What that did is it just made women and girls be like, well, then maybe I shouldn't try because it was like, well, if you try, you're just gonna be an annoying fucking girl boss. So then it's like a great way to just cancel out the conversation of like women actually like working and hustling and stuff. Anyways, besides that, the person I'm gonna choose is Jamila Jamil. I really love her podcast. I love what she does when it comes to like exposing like shitty beauty standards and like all this fake like diet culture, weight shit. And she just exposes it and is like, it's all bullshit. Right. And I just love a celebrity that's like, yeah, this is all bullshit, by the way, just so you guys know.
I love that too. She's great.
So I think socially, I'm like very much, I think she's great. I think that like what she's doing and how she constantly calls it out is fabulous.
I love that too. She's amazing. Okay. So you as a kid watched Comedy Central.
All the time.
And I read that you loved Wanda and Paula.
I remember the bit about her dying from cinnamon in that special.
Yeah.
And like maybe being like 5 or 6 and being like, I don't get it, but it sounds very funny. Yeah. People are laughing.
You didn't mention Judy Gold.
I didn't.
Yeah. That was a little upsetting.
Bad.
That was a little upsetting to Judy Gold. I'd like to have influence on the young female comedians, but it's fine. It's fine, Jenny.
I'm sorry. Will you ever forgive me?
No, I will not.
That's fine.
I will not.
My sister's dead. So.
Oh, right. You know what? It's okay,
Maybe you should try
Jenny.
forgiveness.
Jenny, it's okay that you didn't like my comedy specials. It's fine. It's fine. Even though I was really funny. Okay.
You are really funny. There's no was.
Okay, whatever.
Continue to be.
Trying to make it. All right. So I come from a generation where there were less comedians. We all knew each other. I don't know a lot of the comedians now because a lot of them are social media people who think they can do stand-up.
That is true.
Yes. And you're one of the few who will admit that. And I feel like you have some sort of grasp on old stand-up versus what's happening now in stand-up where everyone thinks they can be a comedian, and it does take the work. We all had to work. There weren't a lot of women. I've spoken about this 1,000 million times. We never got to work together. It was never more than one woman on a show, if there was a woman on a show. Do you experience that now at all? Any sort of, I mean, it's a misogynistic profession in general because you're in power. You know, we equate power with masculinity in this country. But do you find a lot of that? I mean, it was so apparent when I was.
Oh yeah, it still happens. I just did a show in Colorado, and the feature act was talking to the booker, and the booker was like, "Oh, do you know Jenny?" And he goes, "Oh no, hi, good to meet you. Did you already go up?" And I was like, I'm the headliner. I'm headlining. I go after you.
Right.
And you could see the wheels turn in his head, which I feel like this happens to a lot of dudes, is they go, oh no, I fucked up. They have the feeling of I
right.
fucked up. And then the male ego goes, you didn't fuck up. You're fine.
Right.
They're the problem. So then I could see in the eyes that like, well, now I got to fucking bury this bitch.
Yeah. I had that happen to me so much. They were like, oh, I'm opening for her. And it's like, and the amazing Jonathan, God rest his soul, he just died. I used to open for him. And he said to me, you are so funny. You get a closing bit that no one wants to follow. And you will be a headliner. And that's what I did. And these guys, it's so sad that's, you know, I hate that happens.
But there's also like been a lot of dudes that have been like
so
my
supportive,
champion,
right?
and super supportive.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
It's not
I think
all of them. Right.
Not all of them.
But
and I think
club bookers.
I still get some club bookers. I think I still get from some of the older ones just like, can she fill a room or can she hold her own kind of shit?
Or I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but they purposely put someone like a guitar act or someone filthy on just to fuck you up.
I did this. I forget what the club doesn't exist anymore. It's in St. Louis. No, not St. Louis. It's in Indianapolis. It's now a Helium Club. But before that, I was headlining, and my feature they chose was a New York guy who wore all black. He was older, smoked cigarettes, was like Johnny Cash vibe. And like talking about fucking these kids, the millennials. You know, when I was a kid, we fucking killed each other. You guys are a bunch of pussies. And then I have to go in and be like, hi, everybody.
Right. Hi, my sister died. Hi.
Yeah, like be like cute and fun and like, oh my God, boys. And I just was like, I cannot fucking believe they paired me with this dude.
Well, they don't curate the show, and they have to, you know, that's part of it. That's
because they're like, okay, a woman's headlining.
Right.
I need to get like something for the guys.
Yeah,
I gotta get something.
That's not how it. Yeah.
Because the men won't be able to relate to a single thing she says.
This week's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now, you know I am a huge advocate for therapy. I talk therapy. I like physical therapy too, but you know, I'm talking about talk therapy. I've been in therapy since I'm 18 years old. There is nothing better. Nothing better. And it is a stressful time. You know, we just had an election. It's the holidays, and we're going to have to spend family time or not spend family time. It's a decision you might make in therapy, because therapy is really the best way, the only way to process your feelings, anxiety, depression, everything. I've been doing it for over 40 years. I know what I'm talking about. So if you've been thinking about starting therapy, if you thought about it for years and just didn't do it, please give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It's suited to your schedule. You go to betterhelp.com/JudyGold. You fill out a brief questionnaire. You get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch your therapist at any time for no additional charge. I've done that multiple times in my life, switch therapists. It works. It works. And I know a lot of people who have used BetterHelp, and they love it. So find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/JudyGold today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome. You call yourself a transitional comedian because you're in between.
I think I am in that in-between space.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, what am I doing?
Right.
Why am I still doing this?
It was so clear for us what we needed to do.
Yes.
And it was all about the craft and, you know, getting on TV and doing press and radio shows and TV shows. But it was really about the craft of stand-up. And you struggle because you're a little bit of both, and you don't know what you is it that you don't know which direction you want to go to, or which is the right direction, or is it like
I think
what tugs at you?
Okay, so I think that like I came up in a time when I came like right after kind of like the alt comedy world, and I have like a ton of credits to my name, but I came at the time when like that stopped mattering. Like I have 4 late nights under my belt. And maybe like 10, 15 years ago, that would like mean more. Now it's nothing. It doesn't really, exactly. It doesn't really mean anything. And it's not that I'm not happy about it. I'm like so grateful. It was super fun. I love it. But now it's like, okay, I have a great tape that I can clip up
That's
to put on
exactly
social
right.
media.
That's exactly right.
So the path that I feel like that my generation is on isn't clear, because it used to be, from all the comedians I've spoken to and bookers, you got on late night, you got a show, like it was very clear like how the stepping path of like what happened. For us, it's like it was there and then it got taken away, and now it's back to like, well, how many followers do you have?
Right.
What's your engagement? You know, it's a bunch of different, like, what's your podcast? Like, it's so many different free things you have to be doing, to where, how do I even have the time to work on the craft?
Exactly.
If I'm managing 4 social media accounts, booking a podcast, then I have to clip my own stuff because maybe I don't make enough money to hire someone to clip my shit. And thankfully I went to film school, so I know how to clip my own shit.
Oh, you're lucky.
But thank you. But like, and I'm also at a place where I do have at least the minimal financial means to do some of that stuff. If you don't have it, like, then what do you do? Like, you're just, they want every minute and every second of your life.
It's true. And
so how do you go live life?
But
how do you go live and write?
It's got to change.
I don't think it will.
I just hate it. I hated it. You know, it was for us. It was like, okay, got this. And then the rules changed. And we're like, wait a minute. But, you know, at this point, no one wants to follow me. You know who the great comics are who can handle anything on stage. Mm-hmm. And, you know, club bookers, there's some that are in it for the, you know, the comics. And they, you know, these people, they have a lot of followers, but they don't know the craft. And people leave there like, wait, what the fuck did I just see?
And a lot of them will do like a half an hour of time and a half an hour of questions.
Right.
Or characters or like whatever, which is fine. I feel like if I could go back in time, I would have because I think I came up in that middle era, and I'm a Boston comic, so I came up with very rough, very like dude Boston. Your dues.
We would go back and forth New York, Boston, all of us. Yeah.
You gotta pay your dues. You gotta pay your dues, which I understand.
Yeah,
but they would always say things like, YouTube's not going to be anything, like social media, whatever. You got to be playing a strip club at midnight and to get your chops. And if I could go back in time, I would have told myself, do some of that. Also build up your YouTube.
Right.
Get in your social media, like start building a brand, because that's what's going to matter. And a lot of people that we were laughing at in 2009 had built the brand and we're making so much money and so much content.
I know. It's so, and then, and for us, I started in 82.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for all of us from the late 70s, 80s, early 90s, it was a whole different. Yeah.
But it's also way harder too. Like, especially being a woman, how much harder was it?
It sucked. But I tried not to talk about it, and I just wanted to be as good as the guys, and I'm a lesbo, so I never wanted anything from that. I wasn't trying to fuck them. I just wanted to be a great comic, so they all respected me. But it was, we didn't get the opportunities. You say Gen Z is weird or going to be weird or going to have residual weirdness and mental problems
100%
from the pandemic.
From COVID.
Yeah.
100%. And I feel like whenever people say that, then it like starts to teeter on like, but are they a COVID denier? Not 100%. COVID was real. We all had to be inside, for however.
I agree.
Yeah, but they're going to be fucking weird. Let them be weird.
Right.
I don't know. How weird. I mean, our grandparents were weird.
Right.
They had war and the depression.
Yeah. My father remembers people jumping off the buildings.
So every generation has their weird of why they're going to be weird.
Yeah, I agree with you. You have a new album out, Gen Z.
Gen Z, yeah.
I love it. Get it? Because Jen Zigrino.
Gen Z.
It's so perfect.
My God, I am of the people. I am
for the people. How is it doing? It came out in April. Is it doing great?
It's doing well.
Good.
I produced a special which is now on
YouTube.
It's on Comedy Central's YouTube.
Yes.
So you can watch.
It's on Comedy Central's YouTube.
Yes. So it's a YouTube special.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
those are good because you make a little bit more money, right? Okay, we're not talking about that. We can cut that out.
It's out there. People get to see it. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like people seeing my work. It was born out of. I'd seen so many people be doing like specials and stuff during the pandemic to like just get content out. And I was like, why the fuck am I not doing that? I'm good. And so this is like the power of manifesting. In August of 2021, I was like, I'm doing a special. Here's the crowdfunding. I'm going to start working on this. And by November, I had filmed a complete like 4-camera with a jib in New York City, full audience comedy special with a bag. Yeah, it was great. I'll never do it again, but it was fun.
Right. You'll do it again.
If somebody wants to give me $100,000, I'll do it again.
I know. We never had to do that. I had an HBO special. It was the greatest. I had Comedy Central. I had Logo. I did another Comedy Central. I mean, and I didn't have to worry about anything. I got paid.
That's another crazy thing is that now places are like, here's the money, you do it.
I know.
Which is fucking bonkers to me.
I know. I agree. But you get more creative control.
True.
Yeah.
But I almost would be like, can you just give me money? And
I know.
I just won't do this one joke.
Right. I know. But then you get older and you're like, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Are you going to Montreal?
No.
Oh, fuck. No. I thought you were going and I was going to meet you.
I really wanted to do it. I auditioned for the Dirty Show and I guess I wasn't dirty enough. And I have a whole joke about coming to the Antiques Roadshow.
Fuck shit.
I used to intern at the Antiques Roadshow.
No way. I love Antiques Roadshow. You interned there?
I interned.
No
2009,
fucking way.
Baby.
I used to do a joke about that. When did that come on the air? 90s?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's longer.
Oh my God.
No,
I had an old...
it's like 25 years old. Yeah.
Okay. I obsessed. So what did you do for them?
Okay. So as the intern, I would just do like very boring, getting people coffee, sitting in at meetings, taking notes. I did file organization for it. Filing. But like digital file. So like, this clip goes in that one. That goes there. Yeah. And it was fun. So they had like books and books of antiques, which already Jenny had a big old heart on. I love antiques.
Right.
I mean, I could just talk about historical reenactment shit all day.
I love that.
But then there was a billboard that they had in there where people would send all their crazy shit. So like they would get fan mail and stuff being like, I have a Federalist style chair, and it would just be like a leg and some horsehair. And they'd put it up, and there was one guy who every year, it was like 5 years, sent a photo of him and his mannequin. Then he would do glamour shots with the mannequin, and him and the mannequin would wear matching tracksuits.
No way.
And he had like the mannequin in a wheelchair. And he had a blonde bowl cut.
No.
I remember, and it was just like stars in the background and like laser.
But what was he selling the mannequin?
He wanted his mannequin to be appraised.
Oh my God.
But clearly it was like his girlfriend.
That is fucking mental. That is mental.
Oh yeah, they had several
What was
photos.
the biggest? What was the like? All right, so during Antique Roadshow,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's produced. Everything is produced,
Yes.
right? Does the person ever know before that their thing is worth $20 billion?
I don't think so. So the way it was set up, so I would just like look at the footage. They would just like have footage of like of the person. Some of them were like, I remember watching one where they had bought this dining set that they were like, they said it was Abraham Lincoln's dining set. And the appraiser was like, yeah, this is not, the time period's completely off. This was a late 19th century reproduction.
Right.
Whatever. Those are always really heartbreaking. But my favorite appraisal I ever saw, I was watching it yesterday while I was working out.
It's the best show.
It's the best. I have a friend here in town where like, especially too, when you're grieving, oh my God, Antiques Roadshow. Great show to watch. There's no protagonist, no antagonist. Everyone has a good time.
Right.
So we just watch Antiques Roadshow and drink. It's great. So
I'm coming over. Yeah.
Please come over. Also, they're all on YouTube, by the way.
Oh, they are?
You can just watch them on
my
YouTube.
God, I love
and
that.
the British version of the Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, yeah, that's
not as
good.
fun.
That's good.
I don't think it's as fun because they don't put the appraisal. They don't put the money on the bottom, so you don't know.
Oh,
you have to.
And also, they're
actually
not like
listen.
trashy like we are.
No,
Like these
we're
people
so
are so
trashy.
desperate. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah.
So
I will tell you. Okay, I'm going to tell you two things. So my favorite British one and my favorite American one. So favorite American one. This is one of the ones that I cataloged. A woman brought in this gold, like plate, and it had people dancing on it. And she goes, I found this in a woman's house I was cleaning out. She said, you can have it. And I just want to know what it is. And so the guy, it's the watch guy, and it was his father. And the watch guy's dad was like, okay, this is very interesting. First of all, this is 24 karat gold. And she's like, whoa, so cool. And then he goes, all these figures of these people dancing, they were hand hammered, which is really hard and takes a really long time. She goes, oh my God, so cool. And then he goes, also, this is 2,000 years old. It was a band that the Romans would wear across their head. Yeah, that was hand hammered, and it was just in a drawer.
No fucking way.
And
How much?
He's like 12,000. And
I thought it would be more.
But this was 2009.
But was she freaking out?
Yeah, and he's like, it's about 12 grand, but really you should be donating this to a museum.
Did she donate it? Who the fuck knows?
I have no idea what happened to it.
Oh my
She's probably
God, that's
living in
cray. Okay, what's your other one?
So then my favorite British one, this is so British. This woman brought in, I don't remember what year it was, but this woman brought in a box, and she goes, in here is my great aunt or whatever, or great aunt had saved, every year there was like a coronation, she would save a slice of cake.
No way.
So it was just a box full of like 100-year-old slices of cake.
No.
Yes.
And they lived? The cake lived?
Yeah, it was like all wrapped up in like little cellophane or like cloth with the date on it. It was just a box of cake. And the guy's like, I don't know, 2 grand.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it was cake.
It was just
best.
hard? It was hard?
Yeah, so it was like little slices that she had like wrapped up.
That's so fucking
So they didn't unwrap them. They were like, we're not unwrapping this cake.
Right. That's like my bat mitzvah cake. That
there. It's still in the freezer.
Still in the freezer.
So she just brought in like
oh my God.
100-year-old cake.
Has Antiques Roadshow ever made a mistake on a
I'm sure they have. I
right.
wouldn't know. Oh, and if I did, they'd probably murder me if I told that secret.
Wow, I can't believe it. What a job! That's fucking great. Well, you're
it was
very
fun.
You're very interesting, Jennifer.
Thank you.
It's not Jennifer though. What's your full name?
Jennifer Rachel Zigrino.
Oh my God, she's a Jew.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. They're the home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds and Skims use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/start selling, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/start selling to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/start selling.
Jennifer, Rachel, I always ask my podcast guests 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1, what do you do for your mental health? We're very pro mental health because I am mental beyond.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay,
you got to answer.
I was waiting for the second question so that I could do it. Okay.
So number 1.
So first one, go to therapy weekly.
Yes, very
Love
good,
it.
very important. Is your
On
therapist Jewish?
antidepressants. No, I don't think so.
Wow.
Should speak Russian though.
She could be.
She's Armenian, I think.
Oh, all right. And you're on can I ask what you're on?
I'm on Wellbutrin.
yeah.
Have a call next week to up it a little bit. Turns out when you're grieving, you get sad. So I'm gonna
But
work
the good
on
thing
that.
about Wellbutrin is no sexual side effects.
That is true. If
Yes.
somebody would fuck me, that would be great.
Okay, please someone fuck Jennifer,
Yeah.
Rachel.
However,
Zigrino.
grief, big sexual side effects.
Yeah, no.
Really.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I just started being okay to masturbate, to be like, okay.
You can pleasure yourself.
I can do that. I don't feel guilty about pleasuring myself.
Right. But you know your sister's watching you. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. I found all of her stuff. She was crazy.
Oh, good. Okay, good for her. Good for her.
Kind
I
of
love
upsetting. I was like, these are expensive.
her.
I wish. Bummer.
Yeah.
Bummer. It's my sister's, but
Yeah.
So
You can donate it to the Jewish home for the elderly. That you can donate it to the Hebrew home for the aged.
they'd be like, "What is this sculpture? I love this sculpture. It's so nice." Is that a
That's so
Star of
funny.
David at the end? Yeah, it's a Star of David.
Yes, and it vibrates. It vibrates and turns into a menorah. Okay. Okay.
So I do that. I take mushrooms occasionally.
Yeah. Do you do the micro dosing of the mushrooms?
I do have the microdoses.
Yeah.
Well, Butrin though does deaden the effects. So if you are planning on it,
Thank you
and
for
if you're
that.
on Wellbutrin,
Thank you for
taper
that
off
tip.
a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pro tip. But not that I've ever done drugs ever, so I don't
Right.
actually know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking
This was
about.
all lies and jokes. So I do that. I go to therapy. I get massages a lot.
That's great. I used to do that when I was your age, and then I had kids.
I get a
and
lot of
now I don't.
massages. I have really great relationships with friends
Yep.
that are like, so I'm very invested in my friendships, and that's very good for
Important.
mental health.
Yes.
And you know what? I will say this, maybe not so much mental, but physical. I've gone pretty much vegetarian.
Oh.
Helped with I've got endometriosis. Has definitely helped with that. It's definitely helped
Wow.
mood. Yeah.
So was it
If you-
red meat that was bothering you, or was it
I don't
chick
know.
fowl or poultry?
I don't know. I just was like, I'm gonna get rid of it. Occasionally eat some fish, see what happens. And I
I
feel
love fish.
I feel way better.
as we know.
I love it.
And then that's interesting. Diet.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
Well,
been
you're
better.
very good with the mental health. You do a
I'm
lot. That's
trying.
great.
I'm
It's
trying.
very
Journaling.
important.
Journals.
Very important. I
Very
meditate.
important. I've just started to meditate again. I've been too scared because I'm like,
Yeah, because you want to
I've
be alone with your
occasionally-
head. Yeah.
I don't want to be alone. Occasionally, this is going to be weird, but I've meditated before and had visitations from dead relatives. So I'm like, I don't really feel like seeing it right now.
Yeah. I get
But
that.
I've meditated before and have been visited. Also, my house might be haunted. This is where Jenny might be a little crazy. But
Okay. It's all right, Jennifer. Rachel.
it was a little. It's my house is a little
Rachel.
haunted. Yeah, it's fine. So yes, that's my mental health.
Okay. Now here's the final question.
Okay.
So I named my podcast Kill Me Now because I have no frustration tolerance, and every little fucking thing annoys me. Like nothing is like, oh, okay, all right, so that happened.
Yeah.
You know. So what pisses you off more than anything? Like makes you crazy mad? Like it's just ridiculous. Can't fucking deal with it.
Okay. Ooh, I'm trying to think.
It could be anything. It could be
because I was listening to this earlier, and I was like, okay, what does make me mad and upset?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely changed in the last few months, as far as like, oh, nothing really matters.
Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters.
On a macro level, I hate our society and the capitalistic what's called hamster wheel that we're stuck in constantly, and we'll never get out of debt, and I'll never get out of debt, and it really makes me sad because I would really like to get out of debt.
Yeah.
Go to my OnlyFans, everybody. Give me some money.
Yeah, I need an OnlyFans. Okay,
get one.
Ahead. Yeah,
get one. I'll tell you how to do it. We'll set you one up now.
My kids will love that. Go ahead.
I think the one of the things that makes me very frustrated, is you know what's making me really frustrated? Okay, so this is again a little more mental health meta. I'm very much into like the whole fat acceptance, body positivity, diet culture is a lie, or all of it's a lie. And so it's been that stuff frustrates me because now that Ozempic and like all that shit is out and people are using it for weight loss and all this stuff, it's been very frustrating. It felt like for a minute, like fat people's existence was like going to be okay, and now it's back to being like, nah, there's something wrong with you. Yeah. So,
that's very hard. Especially, I'm a big woman, and I've always been big, and the minute I walk in a room, that's all people say from the you know, and I'm gigantic, and it is who I am, and fuck you. Fuck you. You don't get to make but it's like people are constantly making comments to me like, I didn't realize you were that tall. Oh, God, well, you're big. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Do I say like you have hair coming out of your ears and you're fucking bald and your teeth are green? Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. We'll make the frustration smaller into people who fucking feel like it's okay to like comment on your body.
Right.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck right off.
Fuck it and fuck off and fuck right this, off. You fucker. Yeah.
Or people, I've had this happen. I've had people who I've met lose a ton of weight and they sit there and they wait for you to be like,
I know. Yeah.
So, do you notice anything different about me?
Yeah. Go fuck.
And I'm like, I don't know. You're probably more irritable than you were before.
Yeah. And I hate you now.
Yeah. So, you're probably miserable to be around now.
Right.
Is that?
Yeah.
Insufferable? Is that what you want to hear?
You're still the same. That book, wherever you go, there you are. Yeah. Sorry.
So it's like, hey, if no one if no one asked you, don't say anything.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Compliment someone's personality.
Yeah, exactly. And, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to do a big transition to the end.
Okay,
and,
here we go.
Speaking of complimenting someone's personality, Jennifer Rachel, what a joy it was to have you on.
Thank you.
No, I really had fun. I really had fun. And I love, you're so, you're such an individual, and you've got such a plethora of life experience that's so much different than I know this is a shit period for you, but you're gonna be okay, and your sister's always gonna be with you, and you're gonna make art about her, and she will live on forever. She will live on through your words and your actions and your art, and I 100% believe that.
That is beautiful. I'm trying not to cry, but beautiful.
It's true.
Thank you.
No, it's true. And she'll live on forever. And you have to have a kid and name her after your sister.
I know. That's been the pressure now. It's like,
you gotta get someone to fuck you on OnlyFans.
Oh God, I gotta pop out a kid. Anybody? Anyone have some nice?
You could buy sperm.
Buy
the sperm. That's what we did.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a donor. I could just be like, do you want to give me like a friend
Really?
discount?
How tall is he?
6'1". That's all you need.
No,
That's all you need is to be over 5'9".
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this. I hope to meet you in person.
I'll be in New York soon. I'm gonna spend a couple months in New York, August and September.
Oh, good. So I'll see you there,
Yeah.
and then you can act like you were a fan of mine when you were younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember seeing you in a Provincetown.
I'm here now. That's where I am.
Well, shit. There you go.
Yeah,
I remember
I'm
me and
here.
my ex went there. I remember seeing you, and then and we went to a no pants party.
Oh, yeah. I'm here. I work all summer here, and I write new material.
It's the best, isn't it?
It's the best. I love
fucking
it.
love
And I played
Provincetown.
tennis this morning. Yeah, it's the best. All right.
Oh, all right. Someone's living their best Cape Cod life.
That's right. But I'm
Okay.
60. Thank you so much, Jennifer Rachel.
Thank you.
You're the best.
This was so lovely. I really appreciate
I loved it. Anytime. Thank you so much for listening to part 2 of my interview with Jenny Zigrino. Kill Me Now is produced by Laura Vogel, edited by Colin Schmaling, marketed and clipped and everything and scheduled by Brittany Jo Sowards. Richmond. There we go. Thank you all for listening. I want you to know I'm going to be in Arlington, Virginia. At the Arlington Draft House on September 22nd and 23rd. That's in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, when you have to be really nice. So I'll be really nice, except for when I'm on stage at the Arlington Draft House in Arlington, Virginia. And then I'm going to Sweden, to Gothenburg for a book festival. I'm very excited. And then I will be back in Provincetown for Women's Week, which is the 9th. I think I have shows. I don't know. You have to go to judygold.com, or, it's there somewhere. But I'm back at the post office, Cafe and Cabaret, the week of October 9th, because it's Women's Week. Then I'm going to be in Fort Lauderdale at the Sunshine Cathedral, which is such a great gig. That's on October 21st, so come see me there. Yeah, and I got some gigs coming up, so, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, everything, at JudyGold, JEWDYGOLD, because I'm a Jew. And that's it. I thank you all so much for listening to the end. I love when people, as I said, come to my show and tell me to listen to the podcast. I love when people make Bing noises. I love it. I love you all for being, fans of my podcast. And I'm going to do a new logo. So if you have any ideas, write to me. Okay? Because I'm always open. I don't know. That's it. Thank you. Getting ready for the Jewish holidays. It's causing me anxiety, and because I don't have enough space for all the people that want to come and celebrate. So that's really great. But, all right, I'll talk to you next week. I'm doing a rant, and I'm excited about that because, it's really like therapy for me. But thank you again all so much for supporting and loving and listening to the end. And as always, we always say, so long.
This sales season, Ritual is urging you to think about what's essential. Your daily health? Pretty essential. Making sure your products are heavy metal tested, clean label project certified, and sourced through a traceable supply chain? Also essential. So this Black Friday, skip the micro trends and put your savings where they matter. Your health. With 40% off daily essentials like stress relief and Symbiotic Plus for gut support. Head to ritual.com/podcast and shop responsibly.